Bill at Dana Trucking. More and apply today at DanaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Perth, 93.7 The Ticket. Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Nick Sainert, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush joining you. Wow. No Jake Sorensen. We have two guests. No Jake Sorensen. Wow. Yeah. As Jake is in Myrtle Beach. He just sent you guys a picture. Did not send me a picture.
I'm sorry. I know. I should have.
Wow, look at that view, and I'm like,
that was an old move.
Sip looks at his phone through.
Was that
looking down?
Okay, was
wow! Look at that view, and I go, yeah, I bet that's a nice view.
You'd think you'd at least sent you something. Nothing.
Or Sip could have showed me.
Yeah.
Or I just could have not said it.
Made it feel like I was actually part of this.
Nick, I'm sorry.
Tell me you want Sorensen back?
Was that insensitive?
It was. It was an old person.
I want to know why Jake's up texting us.
Yeah,
now it's in South Carolina, so we have that'd be 1 hour time difference.
Yeah, so that it's 1 hour toward 7.
Yeah.
It would be 7. It would be 7.
So that's why it's light, because he's sending.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Oh, was it light in the picture?
Yeah.
Nick, I'm going to show you.
See, it's a
Would have known.
picture. Yeah.
Would have known.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can kind of see this.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
There's a video too.
Yeah, I don't know if he worked. This is a total invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
He won't have the shit.
We don't need to see with Jake.
Yeah, I'm not going to press that button either.
You'll press that button. Jake with his shirt off or something. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah, there was one video. This was months ago that when Jake was remote he was on vacation and he was doing it from like this empty room. He was sitting on the floor doing the show in an empty room.
Yeah,
and he did something with his knees that I've never seen anybody do with their knees. He's like swinging them back and forth on the video.
Is that right?
And so when we talk about invasion of privacy, I clipped that video and I put it on Twitter. For everybody to see.
That's an invasion.
That was probably an invasion of privacy.
Oh, anyway, so yeah, he's obviously.
I can see Jake being very athletic and flexible.
Yeah, they look like noodles.
Yeah,
he's pretty athletic.
Jake's pretty athletic.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic.
I think he would also get a little butthurt if he wasn't. If we didn't consider him athletic. If we said that Jake wasn't athletic, I think
he would
call it like I play tennis. I play golf.
He'd call in all jacked up.
He'd call it.
He would.
I'll be honest with you, right now we haven't got a call. He's up. He's he has the app's on. He's got the app on.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's one thing I've always learned is that man when he's not here, he's listening.
He's here.
Good morning,
Jake. Good morning, Jake. Glad you could join us.
Yes, he's listening.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, he was engaged yesterday because he just sent me a excited text that said Solich with exclamation points. I had no idea what was going on. I was working on my cycle and I came in.
Why did you have me come over to help on that? Throw a wrench on
we should start doing projects and we have no idea what we're doing.
Yes,
here's the deal.
What don't you guys know about? Let's try it.
I put a battery in my bike yesterday and it worked.
See, so now I'm starting to learn firsthand because Sip and I have done many shows together.
Yes, we have.
And this is the first one that I've had with Bill and Sip. And now I'm starting to learn this dynamic of like away from the show. You guys get your hands dirty. You guys are
no.
We're really
not. We're not greasy boys.
You'd be shocked at our skill set.
Yeah,
it's so limited.
It's very limited.
It's very limited.
Shockingly limited.
But nowadays, guys, you can watch YouTube.
Right.
That's how all the.
That's what I did.
That's how all the young folks.
We're going to build a deck.
Oh, I've done that.
We're going to do it. We're going to do that You had the time lapse thing. You set your
Yes.
phone up, so you do it
Yes.
work for like 12 hours, and all of a sudden it's spinning it all through like that.
Bill, did that in a day?
I don't think that's probably more than
We
that.
we said could we do it in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Could we do
Absolutely.
it? Could you?
Well, we need a project manager. Would that be you? Would you be the
I hope
project
not.
manager?
No.
No, we don't get a
We need
project.
a
Yeah, we
project.
don't. No, we don't.
I
get a
don't
project.
think
we
you
have
need a
to
project
figure it out.
manager.
We have to figure it out. If we're-
The problem is lumber
Leveling.
prices.
Leveling.
I know. No,
It's
we'd
a
have to again. You'd have to figure it out. Prices aren't a problem with Bill. The
I'm the guy with the money. I don't have a job. I don't have a job.
I'm not concerned about
and
lumber.
I only have and I'm only a guest on this show. So
Lumber prices will be no issue, but
We don't need loans from the bank. We have Bill Bush.
yeah, we just have to. The wood cutting process would be the issue.
Yeah, well,
cutting of the what's the biggest problem? The measuring of the wood, the cutting of the wood, and the attaching the wood together.
Yeah, this is
Those three things seem to be the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That seems to be the
you
biggest.
did. You've done it though.
yeah, I did. My dad and I built one for my grandparents a couple months ago.
Did you really?
A couple of awesome.
Well, we need to try to get Nick with us then on this
No,
project.
the whole idea is to
I
do it.
know.
on
I
our
know.
I'll help set up the phone so you guys make sure you guys know how to set up the time lapse, but I won't do anything with the day.
Yeah, no, the whole idea would be we got to pull this off in 2 weeks,
In 2 weeks, we'd be working 12 hours.
12 hours a day. And I think
I think
last,
you'd be okay.
The amount
Do
of
you?
time,
Yeah.
where we would just stand.
and probably there'd be some tension.
Tension, probably. There'd be some construction equals tension. There's no doubt. Anytime you're doing a project.
Oh, yeah.
Voices will be raised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you and your dad raise your voice?
No.
That was nothing.
It was fine because I didn't know what to do, so I just had him tell me everything.
Well, Nick, we really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate the invite.
You were here early.
Yeah,
Okay,
since
here
when
it
did
comes.
since when did you get here before
I-
5:50 a.m. nowadays?
Is
Is it
good? Actually.
He actually beat me by 9 seconds.
I say,
came
is
in
it
honky.
because
Yeah,
Bill's
check
part of this thing now?
Yeah.
No. I texted you. I know. Were you involved in the text? I said I'll be there at 5:35.
Yeah.
Just see. I
See,
leave you
there
out.
it is. There it is again.
There it is.
You left me out again.
This is sad. We're leaving Nick out a little too. I said to Bill. I thought I texted you too. I said,
I think you did.
yeah. I said I'd be there
Well,
at
I left-
5:35. Now here's the deal. Here's what goes through my head with Bill. I texted both of you and said I'll be there at 5:35 just to smooth out any rough edges. I was here at 5:35. No one else was here. I was here at 5:35 because if I wasn't, I would have heard it from him because he would have said, Sipple, you said your word is not gold. You said you'd be here at 5:35. So I was here at 5:35.
Yeah, came in right behind you honking.
And you
Yeah,
even,
you were honking really loud. He did the crazy man honk.
well, and you even had time to stop at
Yeah.
a coffee establishment.
So I did that also. 'Cause I knew that. So
Wow.
yeah, I did that also because
Whoa, you got Starbucks?
I got Starbucks.
Whoa,
You never do that.
you got
Never
the
do.
fancier
Well,
stuff than you.
So I
He
also
never does Starbucks.
I know, but I also knew that Nick's doing so much to help us. Jake's also the coffee timer guy.
Oh yeah, no, I
Oh.
thought about
Does
that.
the
So,
coffee. So I'm like, hold it now. We're in a
Good
situation.
thinking.
so I thought
Yeah.
about that, and I regretted doing this last night. Not doing this last night. I came in to kind of get things ready at like 8:30 last night, and I thought as I was walking out, I should probably schedule the coffee to be brewed at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I didn't. I
Forget.
left. I
Forgot.
went back home, and I was like, you know what? I really should have scheduled the coffee. It was instant regret.
No, you're
I-
fine.
You're
Look at-
fine. We thought there's a lot going on. You got like 9
Trust
shifts.
me. We know how to make coffee back there.
Yeah, he does.
We got
Nick
the
does a
creamer,
great job.
So
Does a great job.
No.
You're
but
the best.
I would consider this, fellas, Idle Chit Chat.
It is.
sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Oh, the Newtons.
Call Newton's Lawn
Yeah.
Care for a free fertilizer program quote at 402-444 or 440-6297.
Say that number again.
Yeah, 402-440-6297.
Good job. That was idle chit chat.
And if you want to text him on the Honda Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685.
That was smooth.
That was the first
Or
time.
the
and it
start-
was- that was
or
the
the-
first time.
or
and
the
it was
start-
not smooth.
I just figured out that it was taped up there 2 days ago.
You can text it on the Sartor
Sartor
Heyman
Heyman.
text line.
Yeah.
Call in on the Honda
That's
Lincoln
what I call
hotline.
it. So it wasn't smooth.
Do you know what's liberating, Bill? I'll tell you what's liberating. And it took me a long time to get to this point. 402-464-5685. Call
Wow.
out, coffee
Yeah.
talk, no big whoop. You'll get to that point. It's
Not
incredible.
yet.
No.
Today was the first time.
Yeah. That was you
Well-
pushed through it.
Well, I'd
That's
ask
your first beer. It's awkward, but doesn't taste good.
You know,
the first time you have a beer, it's like, oh, that's really good.
I'm,
No, it
supposed, I'm
wasn't.
supposed to like this.
No, it wasn't. It was
You
terrible.
can tell when someone
Yeah.
drinks a beer for the first time.
Yeah. Is that good? You like that? Like the hop?
Yeah,
You
Dad.
Like that?
My dad
Yeah.
gave me a Bud Heavy when I was like seven. I'm like, what do people drink this for? This is what the big deal is.
Okay. Can I take a little sip off of that, Dad? It's like,
God, it tastes like green beans.
It's like getting a raisin cookie. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, I'd rather eat green beans.
That's what happened when so when I turned 21
Yesterday?
2 days ago.
Come on.
Yeah,
2 years ago. I'm 22 now. I'm old in age.
yeah, you're
now,
years old.
wise beyond my years. Now here we go. So what was funny is we had Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle
Oh,
Sure.
absolutely.
come in that week of my birthday, and I was like, sweet, I finally get to participate in this. Like I finally
Yeah.
getting to participate in Thirsty Thursday. And he brings in some IPA that's super, super thick.
Really?
And it looks like motor oil.
Is that
It was
right?
called I think it was called Snuffleupagus
Yeah.
or something like this.
Yeah.
And it was like the first drink I drank it and I was like, oh boy. And then the second one I was like, all right, I can get behind
Okay.
this. But man, it was
That first go
that
around.
first go around. It's a little rough
And
for
the
some
IPA
folks.
thing's interesting.
Mark's trying to get me on specialty and craft beers right from the get go.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I'm just trying to do a Coors Light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
me and you both.
Yeah.
I'm all in on you. All right, let's talk about Frank.
Yeah. So last night Trev Alberts was on the radio network. Real quickly mentioned that 52,000 approaching 52,000 sold tickets for the spring game, and I would expect that number to even rise, not just because of fan excitement as we get
Frank.
closer, but with the announcement that the former head coach Frank Solich, former player and head coach, is going to return to Nebraska as a special guest for the spring game. But guys, something that was long overdue, and I also feel like it was probably one of those things that the invitation was out there. It just finally now got accepted.
Yeah,
That sounds accurate to me.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate to me.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate. So my first semester as a graduate assistant was in the spring, and I had not moved to defense yet. I was on offense.
this
I
was
in
19.
about 90 or 91-ish
Okay,
at that time.
Yeah.
So I got to work with Coach Solich. And so with the running backs, and
Yeah.
I remember him taking me out on the field. He walked me through every drill that we'd be doing
No
because
kidding.
you had to coach. There were so many bodies.
Right.
It wasn't like, hey, I'll just kind of stand behind you, coach, and kind of, cheer you on.
You were up probably over 175.
Probably more than
Ross.
two something. But we're probably
Oh,
in the twos.
Yeah.
In the spring. The numbers were ridiculous.
For context, they're about 125 now.
And so there was so I mean literally fullbacks. There'd be like how many fullbacks are in the media room? 12. 12 fullbacks. 12
True
fullbacks,
story.
12 fullbacks and 20 eye backs.
I remember the depth charts.
Yeah.
You should have saw the depth
They
charts.
there'd
The
be
blocks of type for the eye backs. I mean,
there'd always be hyphens if it was like live. So it'd be
Yeah.
the number one eye back would always be like boom boom.
yeah. And then
Two eye
or,
back. It was never like one, two. No, there was always a hyphen. They were in
yeah, the depth charts looked way different back then.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
and they were always posted all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd go back and look for people I knew. I'd be like, there he is. He's the 18th safety.
He's 12.
He moved up.
Yeah.
So I
He's 12.
started off with Frank. He was ridiculous how well that he treated me. It's how he treated everyone. So it's not one of those things that's it's not like, well, I don't know about that. I heard a different story. No, that's not true. Treated everyone so well.
He did.
So I had a chance to work with him. And we'd go in on Sundays to grade the scrimmages.
Mhm.
And the scrimmages would be like it was 200 plus.
200 plays, yeah.
It would take us. It was a 5-hour deal and you graded everyone. It wasn't like I'm not worried about the ninth fullback. Nope. They all got their exact grades, got their scorecards. It was a lot, but he was so patient with me and teach me. And he'd always ask me, "Okay, I'd keep do my grades. He'd have his. We'd separate that and be like, "Okay, what'd you get on that? Why?" He'd ask me why. I'd give him this. Why'd you do that? He had a very simple grading system. And I'd tell him why, and then he would tell me, hey, that's good, that's not. Here's something I want to look at. You might have missed in the equation. And then, just like I said, great family. Jeff, his son, was actually on the team playing defensive back at the time. So a bunch of really good people. So I'm excited for Coach to be able to come back. I've been able to keep in touch with him, over the years. So I haven't talked to him for probably about 6 months, but I look forward to reaching out to him.
Nick, you said something interesting that Now I don't know if this was timed up this way, but so 52,000 tickets sold for the
Can I
April
say
20.
one thing on that was interesting?
Yeah.
Nick said he expected that number to rise. I don't know if anybody's going to like go down.
I'm going to start defending it now.
That's a good pickup. No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to defend me.
I was going to know.
No,
All
that's
of
a
a
good
sudden,
point.
it's down to
No,
40.
Can I say
Hey,
one
it's
thing?
the
It's at 49.5. Yes, people turn their tickets back in.
Now, here's the
refund.
deal.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is I don't know if Trev timed it. I don't know if Trev timed it this way, but I think you get a boost here. So it's 52. I think this,
Oh, there'll be a boost off
Yeah.
of this.
I
Yeah,
think you get a boost here
there's no.
from
The,
Frank.
the key to that day on that Saturday, when the spring game, obviously, weather's a big.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a. You will get fans not show. They may
Absolutely.
come to Lincoln. Maybe the husband goes, but maybe not the wife doesn't go,
Yeah,
or somebody
maybe.
else doesn't go, or the wife goes, husband doesn't go,
Wife
whatever.
goes to shop.
Yeah. Well, and so it goes to
Inside.
where? Where would she go in the house?
Or she's just she wouldn't be. Yeah, she could stay in the kitchen. I mean, that. Oh, Nick, come on.
You'd have to wear a what?
This is a run. But she got put the apron on.
And what about?
Please stop talking.
And where can she get? How does she know?
Please.
How does she know what time it is?
There's this clock on the stove.
Stop. Sit.
No, we've been through this. Yeah.
I've already towed the line and then jumped over.
You got to remember, we're in cancel culture now.
I didn't know that, Nick. I haven't figured that out.
You will when you get
I'm
canceled.
trying to get canceled.
Well, this all came from a Charles Barkley live.
Yes.
story
Yes,
that
that's
was-
Oh, he was told a joke on the air. He told the joke.
I
Oh,
know
you
he
want me to
did.
tell a joke?
No.
I'll tell you a joke.
No, I don't need you. I heard
You
the
have a
joke.
girlfriend.
I do have a
You-
girlfriend.
why you shouldn't buy her a watch?
I know.
Why?
There's a clock on
Why
the
would you
stove.
not buy her a watch?
We know.
Steve
I know
Sippel?
the joke.
Well, there's a clock on the stove.
I
Nick.
understand that there is.
He's cracking himself up.
Oh my God.
I got-
Frank
we got-
Solich.
I
Frank
think
Solich would not appreciate these
that will
jokes.
be a big boost to it. I think
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
doing? Are they doing his presentation, or they'll have the presentation before the game or at halftime?
Don't know.
Don't know,
that
but
yet.
Trev Alberts also said that there's going to be another special announcement
Something.
regarding Coach Solich,
Yeah.
but that he wasn't going to announce it this time.
Right.
That they're going to announce it on the spring game.
Gotcha.
So you mentioned that it's been something that's been in the
Yeah.
making, and Frank has resisted because Bill knows him. I know him. I know Frank well. I mean, I covered him for a number of years, and he did. I knew it would be difficult to reel him in because he doesn't want anything to be about him. He's very humble.
Well, yeah.
And Trev Trev said this. This is quoting Trev Alberts. It finally dawned on me. I said, Frank, what if I told you it's not about you? What if I told you it's about the fans? And our fans want this to happen. And Trev said that gave him pause, which makes sense. Trev said we're a small population state. Well, here's the deal. Everybody knows the deal with Frank. It was a rough end. And the athletic department was not unified. The fan base was not unified. And I think this is bringing him back, maybe brings about some degree of healing, I guess. That's part of the idea. Trev said we're a small population state. The only chance we have is to have unity. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this helps. I think it helps. I know it's tough for Frank. He doesn't want to be the center of attention. It'd be really hard for him to go to midfield during an autumn game, and it's just not his style.
And earlier in that quote that you mentioned from Trev Alberts, it says, in many of our conversations, this is Trev Alberts, I think one of the ways that we turned the corner a little bit is he would continue to say, Trev, it's just not me.
Right. And then Trev said, it's not about you.
Yeah.
Thank you for adding that context. And then Trev, it finally dawned on Trev to say, it's Frank, this is more about the fans.
Yeah. The
fans want this. And I think they do. I think he's right. So there you go. Frank, of course. I don't know. I do think some healing needs to occur because it was sort of, I've always regarded it, and Nick, you're too young, you don't remember, but I was very anti-firing him. I thought it was ridiculous at the time. I still think it's ridiculous. He was 58-19 his last year. It's funny when we say these things now in the context of what's happened. He was 58-19, then 9-3 at Nebraska, and won his last game. They went to Colorado and won, and then the team was good enough to beat Michigan State without Frank. in the bowl game, the Alamo Bowl, 17-3, beat Michigan State. Program wasn't exactly in shambles. Now we don't need to relitigate all that, but it's a very there's a lot of emotion attached to this conversation for a lot of people.
I agree. I
There
mean,
are-
it's
there-
it's like you said, it's a guy that's 58 and was 58-19 in his 6 years, 2-time Big 12 Coach of the Year, and
Yes.
and Steve
National
Peterson-
Coach of the Year.
yeah, in '99,
Yeah, National Coach of the Year.
and Steve Peterson decides to let him go.
Yeah, decided to go a whole new direction.
Yeah.
And, I don't need to say it, but the place really hasn't recovered since. It really hasn't. Not completely. Would you agree, Bill?
No, because there's not been a conference championship since. So that's
Yeah.
you would base
Since
it.
99.
I know national championship, yes, but I base a lot of it on conference championship. The truth is, so had chances, obviously, but had not. We've been in conference championship games. I was in a conference championship game here in
Arrowhead.
City. Didn't win the game.
Yeah, Arrowhead in 2006.
Let me ask you guys this: does it sting even more considering he went on to have real good success at Ohio?
I
Is-
don't know. I
does-
don't know.
does-
I don't
does-
know if it stings more, but it does. It does. Give a testament to
Yeah,
what a
to-
good coach he is. Obviously, I don't know if
They
it stings more, but
renamed the field
but-
after him.
but it does.
in
It
Ohio.
does. It does say obviously what a great job that he did and did it for a long time. He had a great run there
Yeah.
for a long time at Ohio U, and still it's a Coach Solich based program because a lot of those staff members are still from his staff.
Absolutely.
And so it's kind of one of those times where there's going to be a run of probably 25 years, if not more, of all being some tie from Nebraska at Ohio U, and that's really cool. That's always a thing that's always hard, and I think that I think is really tough on players right now because there's been such a stretch of when it was Devaney, Osborne
Right.
time, how
Right.
long that stretch went, and there was always carryover, and there's always been some carryover, but now players get classified on who they played for. Some were crossover coaches.
Yes.
Some were this. Oh, okay, well, I don't get, I'm not the same. I was in the Riley era. We were still Nebraska. Or I was in Callahan era, or I was
Oh,
whatever
you're right.
era.
Well,
And so-
that's fascinating. 'Cause you hear
So-
when guys graduate. Sorry to interrupt. You hear when guys graduate. Oh, he played for 3 position coaches, or he played for 2 head coaches.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, but everyone's a Husker, and so
That's a good way
everyone,
to look at it.
everyone, when it gets when there's whatever the gathering is, whatever the unity is, it's still a one system as far as that goes. As far as I
Yeah.
played at Nebraska,
Yeah.
and so
Needs to be that way.
it needs to be that way. But it is hard when you don't have carryover because when you come back to a place, there's nothing that's more fun than going back to a practice and the coaches, the staff. There's always a few changes. There's always changes. Oh, that's a new D-line coach or that's whatever. But in general, and I came back for like 20 years after I GA'd here, and it was still Mary Lynn was still the
Yeah.
secretary for Coach Osborne,
Yeah.
and Joni Duff was who I went up and saw in the office. Like that. Kathy Woody was still there. All the people in the office said, "Oh, who's the trainers?" Well, it's the same people. It's been there for since they built the place. It's George Sullivan, it's Weber, it's Meyer. I mean, so you had all these. When you
Mhm.
came through the building, you knew everyone. Right now, I honestly, if I went through the building right now, I wouldn't recognize a person. That's not
Yeah.
anyone's fault or bad. I'm
No,
just saying it's just
the world.
it's just different when
Yeah.
you go back through and you don't have that type of connection.
Good point.
And it was easier for me because I was from the state, so I remembered if all of a sudden someone came through the building and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly that.
Yeah.
He's on the 70 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played on that. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, he was 1976.
Mhm.
I remember those
Yeah.
names. I mean, it's like Jarvis Redwine. Yeah, wore number 12, tearaway jersey. I
Yeah.
love. I mean,
There's still that, right?
there's still, but I'm saying in the building, I don't know who that would be in the building.
Keith, man.
That Keith would be like
Yeah.
that. Which is,
There's
of course,
people
everybody-
there that have endured. There are
Ron Brown.
Yeah, Ron
Coach
Brown.
Brown.
They're Ron Brown, Keith Mann are 2 good examples. They're harder to find. There's no doubt about it.
But that's just the way it is. I'm
Yeah.
no negativity.
You're not-
towards
no.
it, but just kind of the way it is. But that's always a good feeling like that.
Frank, by the way, Nick, you mentioned his Ohio stint. Retired in 2020 after 16 seasons with Ohio. 115 and 82. He won the MAC East 4 times and was at one point the MAC Coach of the Year. So yeah, he went on to and you got to put it in perspective. Ohio has been the dregs. had been the dregs of college football for some time. Not maybe the bottom of the barrel, but close enough. So going 115 and 82 is quite an accomplishment. Going and winning bowl games is quite an accomplishment for Ohio. They won the Potato Bowl one year, and it was like I'll never forget it. We always butt heads in the building. Various people have different opinions about whether bowls matter. And I was sitting there that day watching the Idaho Potato Bowl and Ohio winning and Ohio's players celebrating like they just won a national title. You just can't tell me bowls don't matter. I mean, there's just no way you'd ever convince me of that.
Which I agree with. And obviously that's just a personal dagger at me because they beat us. So that's okay. As long as
they beat us.
Yeah, because we didn't make a Ray.
Who was it?
We didn't make a Ray Lou call in the zero coverage like that. And the motion out to empty, we were supposed to send the nose guard right so the safety could go left. And we didn't make the call, and so we ran into each other. So we didn't have the free hitter on the blitz, and so that's what happened. So anyway, enjoy.
Just another example of insensitivity.
Once again.
That's the fourth time today. So far, we're only 26 minutes into the show.
Thanks.
So you were at Utah State?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who they played. That's who they beat that day.
Yeah, I know.
Did you know?
2,000 tickets sold. That's a fact. We know this. I mean, we know a lot of stuff.
There was quite a celebration that day by the Ohio players. Did you see that?
I saw it. Did you look out?
I'm so sorry. They beat you that day.
It's all right. It's okay. It doesn't bother me at all.
Sensitivity training. I need some sensitivity training.
We'll have to talk to HR.
Is there some jokes you want me to tell some more?
No. I think we need to pull the plug.
Okay. Okay.
So Frank Solich returning to Nebraska. He'll be a special guest on April 22nd for the spring game.
Yes.
And then Trev also said that there's going to be another announcement to go along with that as well.
What is that, you think? Is that statute on?
No, I don't know. I could see what coming back to be a part of the athletic department.
Yeah, maybe.
I could see something like
that.
Do
you think it was directly tied to Frank Solich? Or is it something else? Is it another announcement, but it's not?
I want to say Trev
like we're building a dome or something. We're building a dome.
A dome.
Yeah.
The Frank Solich dome. Yeah. I know. I think it was to do with Frank Solich.
I think it was because he said we're going to have another special announcement regarding Frank, but we won't announce that at this time.
I threw out statue. That's probably irresponsible on my point.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Build pop-up statues anywhere now. When we come back, Dylan Raiola cancels his visit. Is it a big deal or not? Let's talk about it. Early break on the ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres of we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality on-deer equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill. We have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Root Credit.
I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mix concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's Plumbing. When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
93.6 KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A wind advisory will be in effect late this afternoon through tonight. We'll top out at 7, but eventually south winds could gust over 4. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 55. We'll see a high of 64 tomorrow before temperatures start to fall in the afternoon as northwest winds eventually gust over 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Dana Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Early Break on The Ticket. Nick Sainer, Steve Sipple, Bill Bush with you. We have a question on the starter Heyman text.
Real fast before we get to the question.
Yes, 402-464-5685. But before we do that.
Yeah, we were referring to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. It was in
course.
2011, Bill, when Ohio beat Utah State 24-23 was the score. A massive celebration ensued. Ohio State players, Ohio players. we had to go back to it.
Not really.
we had to give the year.
We had to give context.
Yeah, context. Score.
Yeah. No.
This is about Frank.
I've already said my piece.
And that day,
I
won
could
the
have
Idaho Potato Bowl over Utah State.
I could have
Bill
just
Bill
let
was
it,
the coach.
I could have just let it go. I could have just let it go. Could have done that.
You see that look he gave me?
Yeah.
That was worth it.
I could have just let it go and not said a word like that, but no, I identified it.
You see him stare daggers. God, that was worth it. We'll talk more about that later.
We'll circle back on the Idaho Potato Bowl coming up later.
Yeah.
But we do want to
How about
say
this here?
a giant thank you to Sunflower House Cookies. They brought us cookies yesterday.
Oh.
They're delicious.
Unbelievable.
I think they're gone.
No, they're right.
Oh, they got a couple
There's
left.
a few.
Well, they
brought so many.
They sent in a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. I had one this morning.
I took one home to my wife. It was
I had
amazing.
2 yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not like
They're getting extra flour and sugar delivered right now because that's what the sales are doing.
Say the name again.
That's a Sunflower House Cookies.
Yeah, they brought
Right
the sugar cookies in
with the frosty.
Yeah,
it was
just a little bit of frosting though, which is I'm a huge guy of that's like don't make it too much frosting.
Yeah, and
don't make it too sweet.
It's like sunflower knew you.
So many people. That's the problem. That's
like
the issue.
sunflower knew
That's
you.
the issue I have with crumble cookie. I'm gonna go right at him. That's the issue I have.
What are you
with
doing
that
here right
cookie.
now? Don't go at him.
Is that they overload it with frosting? You can't taste the.
We're
cookie.
gonna talk about the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
We're gonna circle
in a
back.
second. No,
All
hold
right,
on.
that's enough of not
Hold on.
talking about the potato.
Don't
We
know
took
the
a bus to
cookies.
the game.
Yeah, her cookies. The woman who runs this place. I mean that cookie I ate yesterday was scary good.
Yeah,
it was scary good.
You ate one right away.
I ate two. I hit too hard.
Yeah.
And I had one this morning when I walked in, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
But you want to get there early because they're selling out fast. So I try to get down there by 8:00.
Right.
Yeah.
One more time, Bill.
It's that sunflower cookies, Sunflower House Cookies.
Thank you.
Yeah, make
Right
sure
there.
you get. We highly recommend the sugar cookies with a little bit of frosting.
Yes,
they're delicious. Okay, so we got this question on the text line 402-464-5685 from Chad in Ponder, Texas. Says question for Bill: how did you get on Bill Callahan's staff?
Oh, good question. I remember I was at when they called the first time. I was recruited in Hawaii when I got the phone call to talk about it. I never did interview for the job. I was with Urban Meyer at Utah at the time when they called. And I remember one thing. I remember being in my office and being 51-49 if I was going to take the job. And it's Nebraska. Nebraska is still Nebraska. I'm from here, all those different things. I just really loved Utah. I knew we had really good teams and stuff. So I remember Urban walked in and he goes, just rip the Band-Aid off and go. But I remember it was, there was still a week and a half left of recruiting. And so I can remember Coach Meyer talked to Bill Callahan and said, can Bill stay through recruiting? Because I had about 8 or 9 guys, several from Hawaii and American Samoa that were committed to us. And so we waited so we did the show that day. I had talked to my players. They were all well instructed, but we did the Wednesday night show. I always have like a big thing where big gathering, fans come, did all that stuff. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was on a flight to Lincoln from there like that. But the reason I got the job was because I was a graduate assistant at Wisconsin.
Okay, and Bill hired you at Nebraska as
what's that? Special teams coordinator.
Okay, special teams. And you weren't coaching DBs for Bill.
I coached the outside line. I had one position.
Okay,
and then we changed the next year.
Okay, so you coached OLBs in the first year,
and OLBs and special teams coordinator.
Okay,
and so that's why I could. So Bill Callahan was the offensive line coach there. That staff, Jay Norvell was on that staff.
Wisconsin staff.
All those guys were on that staff. That's how they knew me. And that's how I ended up being on the staff. And like I said, people always have their feelings, that, and I'll never try to change feelings. But I love the time there that I worked with him like that. And Bill Callahan was the ultimate pro to work with. And to this day, I have great love and respect for him. And everybody else can have their own thoughts.
He was the ultimate pro to deal with.
But I worked in on the inside with him. And the one thing I'm going to say really hard about Bill Callahan is that he worked as hard as he could every second for Nebraska football. If you go up there in June, July 4th, July 8th.
July 4th, 13-hour day. Seriously, I know that.
If I went to the office to do something like that, he'd be like, hey, Bill, come in here.
He was fourth down.
I want to watch something here.
Hey, do that again.
I got the.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill. If you're like, hey, Bill, You want to see the NFL trends tape I just got from Gruden? So I'd sit down with him for a couple hours, and he was so detailed. So again, that's just my take. But an ultimate pro in that. And then when I sat down for the first time, the first staff meeting, because I was the last guy hired. I came in the last guy in. And remember, I sit down and he goes, "Okay, Bill, you're a special teams coordinator." I'm like, I did not know that. Wasn't aware. That's a lot. And so, oh, yeah. And then he goes, hey, on Sunday, let's meet on punt because Bill Callahan and Jay Norvell installed pro punt really into the college game at Wisconsin where they have the two outside gunners like that. They went to the Colts and studied it and put the protection, did the whole system. So we sat and talked for 8 hours on punt protection because he's a protection, guru, master guy. And
8 hours.
And so it's like 8 hours on punt.
Football is involved.
And then he would ask you, this is a great one too. He'd be like, we'd meet on our first year, we'd meet every Wednesday. After that, we'd be like, "We good, Bill?" Because he just kind of trusted me, knew me, sat in all the meetings, never missed a meeting. Unbelievable. And the detailed notes.
He never missed a special teams meeting?
In the detailed meetings, he would speak up in the back. He'd have detailed notes. He'd say sometimes to me, he'd be like, sometimes, Bill, during the presentation, you said, a few too many times. He helped you with your presentation. So it wasn't like being
okay, that's incredible.
So I'd be like, when you're talking, you might want to think about how to grab the room better or do something different.
Did he really?
With him.
Okay, now you're telling me things I never would have dreamed. Really?
And so it was very
that is
very,
fascinating.
Very productive. And so we'd be in our meeting our first year and he'd be like, "Hey, Bill, who's the backup personal protector on their punt team?" Not sure, he hasn't played, but I believe coach is number 15. He's what position does he play? He had no position. He's a linebacker. He goes, "Was he a high school quarterback?" "I don't know." "Oh, Jesus."
Really?
He'd be like, "Oh, we
he
don't
knew,
know."
He knew
Oh,
details.
so he learned that from Al Davis. Al Davis, you had to know every single person in the league, all active players. Al Davis is adamant about that. You know everyone like that. What do you think about Tony Jones as a wide receiver for the Colts? What do you know about someone? You had to know everyone. And so his attention to detail and he can handle it so well.
I'm blown away by this.
We'd be in a recruiting.
Nick, I'm blown away.
If we'd be in a recruiting meeting sitting there and we, like I said, one thing Bo Pelini was very, obviously I'm very close with Bo. He was always like, just say, when you see Bill, tell him thanks. Because when we showed up, the cupboard was full. There's a lot of D linemen, you got so here, you got Haig, Prince, you got all these guys that were all there. So he always liked that. But we'd be in a meeting. He was all about recruiting and details of everything. And he'd be like, he's like, "What about what about Tom Jackson here at the left tackle?" And if the O-line coach, I don't know. I don't know if he's the guy or not. Hang on a second. He'd go back into his office, come back with a legal pad. He'd go back like 4 months. He'd be like, "On June 6th, you said he was the left tackle of the future. So how has that changed? Is he not as good as what we thought? Is the evaluation not good? We find something about his family. So you better have
copious notes."
He would ask you questions that he knew the answers to, but he knew you didn't. So you had to be. So I remember he'd always be like, "Hey, Bill, what's the average wind at home games in the afternoon in Memorial Stadium?" The answer is real simple. Is with that. Not sure, Coach. I'll research it and get back to you.
Don't make something up.
Don't not try to start stumbling around.
Don't make something up. 22 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I got down, it was 16, and I checked with whatever. So
don't do that.
Don't do that. So you had to have your facts down. But if you had researched your stuff, you could say anything in a staff room. I think we should do this. Why? Well, here's why. Because I think this, and I've talked to this, and this, and here's the clip of the Miami Dolphins and the Browns doing it. And so no matter what no matter what you wanted to bring up, if you had done your own research, it's because he hates random guy that just just sitting back, just throws stuff out like that. So it's just, so there's a lot of,
you learned a lot.
You learned a lot. And that's why he's known as probably the best O-line coach in the NFL. And he's still,
or maybe to ever, the best O-line coach in the world. How about that?
So he's really, and the details of his players love him like that. And so like I said, you talk Zach Taylor, Zach Taylor's like, Bill Callahan is the reason that I'm where I'm at in this coaching tree.
Yeah.
Right
Bill
now.
Was amazing. Yeah.
So it was a great time for me to get here. It was for me. And obviously we still keep in touch and friends with him. And like I said, he worked his tail off.
Yeah, he did
for Nebraska. And so sometimes, that has to be get merit.
Thank you for saying that, and thank you for the question from we don't
Chad and Ponder.
Chad and Ponder, Texas.
Yeah,
Ponder
Ponder
on that.
Yeah, I'm pondering what you just said, and there's a lot.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Thank you.
That was really.
Do you want to mention Dylan? Do we have time?
We got to go to break.
Okay.
We can mention the next segment. Yeah,
Bill likes doing that.
I like doing this. Yeah,
he saw me doing it one time.
Simple he'll also do the one. He'll go like
sometimes.
Sometimes I go like this. Yeah, you've never done that. Not since I've been. here.
Sometimes
I'm just a guest.
Sometimes,
Bill's just a guest.
Sometimes Sip forgets we have a video stream.
Yes.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
now we're on TV,
Yeah.
channel 951. Oh, yeah, subscribers. It's opening day as well, gentlemen, for Major League Baseball. We'll talk about that with Schaefer coming up in the 7:00 hour.
Okay, what time is it right now?
It's 6:46.
Okay, we got one other.
Bright and early. The sun's probably coming up.
Is this? Okay, I shouldn't do this. Do we have Bill's Thrills next?
No. We have Rick Heyman's song of the
Oh
day.
yes, Rick. Yes, Rick's waiting.
Rick is on the
Rick's
on the
waiting.
phone.
I want to know from Rick if he listened to our little segment yesterday.
Yeah, he can't do any worse than Jake did the last couple days.
Yeah, Jake's been. Yeah, it's been horrific.
Somebody asked.
It's been horrific.
Somebody asked on the text line if it was my song choice or Rick's today. It's
Rick.
Mr. Rick Heyman of Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
The distinguished Rick Heyman.
We'll get to hear that coming up next. Early break on the ticket.
Is hiring CDL B drivers. The 3-hour working year, and their strong job working offers health shipping match and employee assistance program. This pro career today with great team culture at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. NCUA.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of service: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you get that all in one place? Today, RenewYourAuto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad and sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for more than 15 years in Lincoln, offering a number of services. Homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Rashawn Jackson here for Infrastructure, a veteran-owned company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding area. Power provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast pace, visit powerinfrastructure.com. Top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Find the new infrastructure to an area near you. And that's Go Big Red.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors, too, because their lot is full of vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lakes. Trips are just around the corner.
No tax. Mullen Motors.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This Easter, focus on your family instead of dishes. With the venue Easter to go, prepared fresh and house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat, with packages for 2 to 3 people or 6 to 8, and your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, tasty herb roasted chicken, or our famous roasted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have dishes available to complete your list. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Easter. That's venuedelivered.com/Easter.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate the engine runs smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategy to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
It's like you get a diamond, I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
What you gonna do when she says goodbye? What you gonna do when she is gone? What you gonna do when she says goodbye? What you gonna do when she is gone?
So you're having trouble with your On a Thursday, the song of the day by Rick Heyman, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, is What You Gonna Do by Pablo Cruz, released in 1977. Give us a rating on the Sartor Heyman text. Bad 10 is good. 402-464-5685.
What you gonna do when she is gone? What you gonna do when she says goodbye? What you gonna do when she is gone?
Once again, song of the day, Rick Heyman is What You Gonna Do by Pablo Cruz. Give us a rating on the text line, 402-464-5685. We go ahead and bring in our good friend, Rick Heyman. Rick, how's it going today?
Well, hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
Nick,
Rick.
Sip, and your guest.
Thank you for the guest.
Permanent,
Rick's hilarious.
Yeah.
Rick's hilarious.
God,
today.
Rick is funny.
Tell you what,
Hey,
diamonds are selling right now. I can tell that when you're in that mood.
I think you guys forgot to turn your video back on.
Oh, we did.
We're back.
Okay, we're good.
You don't have
Rate your song, Rick.
You got to rate it. Okay, go for it.
A band I really like. Now that's yacht rock, and I don't say that in any kind of disparaging tone. I like yacht rock. That song is called what again? What You Gonna Do? I think Live Will Find a Way is Pablo Cruz's best song. But that's a good song. That little part where it goes din, 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 that really helps it.
That
really helps
Do it one more time.
Din, 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 din.
Yeah.
A little background. It's kind of in the background, but it's good. We didn't hear some of the good parts of the song. But it's a great song. And Pablo Cruz is a band I've always liked. Bill once got me a T-shirt, a Pablo T-shirt, blood all over it. That's another story. And I'm sorry, that's why you never see me wearing it. I'll give that an 8.8. It's a great yacht rock song. It's a yacht rock staple.
I had to order that T-shirt to get.
I know. I feel bad.
Pablo
don't.
Cruz. You don't see a good Pablo Cruz T-shirt
It's a
very much.
sweet T-shirt too.
Yeah, it's a sweet T-shirt. The band itself, Pablo Cruz, I gets a 10 plus. Rick, just you need to say Pablo Cruz right away. It's unbelievable. And then I put myself like in myself. I'm like in the middle of a rough breakup, and what you gonna do when she says goodbye?
Right.
So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna
That's
do?
what I'm thinking in my head. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do
just
when
had-
she's gone?
What are you gonna do when she's gone? So the words were gripping to me. So I thought it was great. That was real good.
What are they
I'm
gripping?
going to give it a 7.8.
Hey, good rating, and thank you for writing all that
Man,
stuff
yes.
down.
I wrote notes, Rick.
I feel bad because unfortunately this is well before my time.
That's why they have. That's why it's
late
recorded.
70s.
That's why it's
Thank
recorded.
you. You're right.
You have to
You're
hear
right.
it live.
It was a
You're
better
right.
time back then.
Yeah.
I know that.
I'm sure it was. I wish you know how I am. I'm an old
You're an
soul.
old soul.
I'm an old
Yeah,
soul.
you
People
and
get
Jake.
people get mad at me when I talk about how I'm an old soul because I'm
You
only
are, though.
22.
No, hey,
People
Bill,
get mad.
You
You're
look
just-
21.
Bill, you're just getting that from Nick, but he is genuinely an old soul.
I
like that.
I love printing out directions. By the way,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
that's
does.
one thing. That's
Map-
one thing
oh.
you need. MapQuest.
Print them out. Old
Print them
school.
out. Yep.
He's
I,
old
I
school.
still do that.
I
think I'm joking?
I drove from Salt Lake City to Portland. It was like 48 pages. And it's like it is. It's like you got to take a right at this. I mean, I'm like I can get out of town. You know, it's like it was 48 pages. I'm just thumbing through them.
Well, you had ones. You had ones from like the hotel to a certain
Exactly.
place. Then you had to go
Yeah,
back from that
that
place
place.
to the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off the rails here.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Sorry
Rick,
about that.
Rick, get back.
Rick, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a 7.2.
Yeah, I can do
Solid
like
number.
it. Okay, Rick, give us some
Yeah,
history.
give us some stuff here. This is Pablo Cruz.
Pablo Cruz, first time I think, and last time I've ever heard the word gripping associated with Pablo Cruz.
It was gripping to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
Before we get into Pablo Cruz, here's a selection of albums turning 50 this year. Wait till you hear this.
Okay.
Aerosmith.
50.
Let's see. $1 Billion Babies, Alice Cooper.
Oh wow.
50.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, The
Oh.
Captain and Me, The Doobie Brothers, Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin, Desperado, The Eagles.
Oh, 50 years. Don't
Smoker
say
you
that.
drink, The Player You Get, Joe Walsh.
Oh.
Countdown to Ecstasy, Steely Dan. We're an American Band, Grand Funk.
We're an American band. It's unreal.
That was it.
You know, that's just a tiny bit, but God, we could just do a whole, the whole rest of the year on these albums turning 50. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, that Grand Funk Railroad, that album always made me uncomfortable because it was probably R-rated and it was like nudity. It was dudes nude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what do
yeah, time
Mom,
to
should I
change
have
a little
this?
bit. Yeah. Okay.
All right, go ahead, Rick.
Okay, so I saw Pablo Cruz live in at the Omaha Music Hall.
You did
Oh,
not.
wow.
Remember that
You
place?
did not.
Yeah.
Pablo
I
Cruz
saw-
You
played
saw
live?
Pablo Cruz. Stop it, Rick. Don't tease us
What's
on this
that?
stuff. Don't tease us on this.
No, it blows me and Bill
Yeah,
away. It
yeah.
does, legitimately.
Yeah. So I saw them, and by the way, I had picked that other song, Sip, but I thought you wouldn't like that, so I went with this one instead. So
I like them
you
both.
know,
I like them
I
both.
messed up.
No, you didn't mess up.
So anyway, I saw them there. They were great. They were better live than they were.
Like you can just imagine. They had to have a great stage presence.
They were phenomenal. Yeah. So Pablo Cruz, they're from San Francisco. Started out in '73. They had there's a bunch of stuff about the different members. They really never went on to do much else besides this, which is shocking because they were excellent musicians. They got back together in '85 and couldn't quite make it happen. They're still out there playing. 3 of the original guys. They're still really good. I mean, you go look them up on YouTube. It's like 10cc's the same way. They're as good or better than ever. Just great musicians, great guys, and fun music. So with that in mind, we'll do some Stump the Sippers and Coach.
Nice.
Okay, is Pablo Cruz a dude or a name?
It's just a name. It's not a dude. It's a band, not a dude.
You get a CZ. I mean, a diamond. It
Yeah.
is a band name.
Right. So I get a diamond. Let's be clear on
You
this.
get a diamond.
Okay.
Nick was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It was confusing.
We're there. Yeah, thank you. All right, this is for the coach. The Potato Bowl.
By the way, when anyone would ask them who's Pablo in the band, they would always say the guy in the middle, and they were a 4-piece. So
classic.
Okay.
Those guys, bunch of youngsters.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach. More or less than 13 hit singles?
Less.
Yeah, fewer.
Sorry, CZ, for you, it's 15.
No.
15 hits for Pablo Cruz?
Yes.
I'm stumped.
I'm stumped on that one.
You stumped the sipper.
You stumped us on that one. Yeah.
You stumped the
I would
sipper.
have bet. I would have been all in on that one. My chips would have been all in
Oh, yeah.
on that one.
Yeah, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, we'd lost that one.
Yeah, that's amazing. And are there more or less than 15 past and present members of Pablo Cruz?
Oh, no, this is sippers. There are fewer than that. Give me another diamond. Thank you.
You get a CZ. It's 21.
How could that be?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
So are they doing a reunion tour or anything right now? We need to be aware of, Rick.
Not that I know of. They play all the time still, mostly in California. I think they do the casino circuit.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, they're still playing. They're really good.
Yeah.
Check them out on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
So what's going on at Sartor Haven?
Yeah, what
Nick?
is
I
going
gotta
on?
Help you out here a little bit, bud.
Hey, Rick, I apologize.
Dropped a butt on you too.
Yeah.
Had a little blank stare out of Nick over there, but now we're back on track.
I was waiting for it.
At least he didn't drop a sport.
Yeah, I don't like sport. What's up, Rick? What's
Yeah,
on your
up?
mind?
What's up?
So, okay, so graduation's come, guys, and nothing is better for graduation than a watch to commemorate a fabulous career at school. We've got Oris, great Swiss watches. We've got Citizen. We've got Bulova. We've got Sartor Hamann watches. We can even get you a Rolex. We got a bunch of those, pre-owned and slightly used. So check us out at SartorHamann.com, on our Facebook at Sartor Hamann, and Instagram. And I'll post more interesting things about Pablo Cruz on my personal Facebook at Rick Hamann.
Rick, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I sincerely apologize for completely butchering this.
No, you did not butcher.
No, you did great.
We got everything.
Come on,
we
you
had to
don't
get.
have to sugarcoat it, Rick. It's okay.
You didn't find it.
You did good.
Rick, we appreciate it as always, man. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
There it was.
There's the bye-bye.
There it was.
Bye-bye.
You did fine, Nick.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried about it.
You know who else dropped a pal? It was a pal or a bud. No, Jake, when he responded to a couple Creighton fans, dropped a bud at the end.
People got passionate about that video
Yeah.
that was posted.
And he goes, whatever makes you happy, bud. Whoa, hello.
I was wondering.
That makes me snort.
We should have announced Jake's flight out of Omaha yesterday.
Itinerary,
He'll
full
be leaving,
itinerary.
He'll be leaving at 12:43.
Gate 12.
Gate 12. Jake Sorensen will be there.
Here's a photo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the Mike Schaefer Hour, sponsored by Trek CBD. We talk all things Huskers and baseball with Schaefer coming up next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM 93.7 The Ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the part you typically same or next to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with extra hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Precision Ag parts and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934. HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out Jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415. Or online at
Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GM Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra light duty and new Silverado light duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, to $4,000 on light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with Brew Credit.
This is Sam Griesel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went on college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award every year, 7 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's an entire dealer, sales, parts, amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A wind advisory will be in effect late this afternoon through tonight. We'll top out at 72, but eventually south wind could gust over 45. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 55. We'll see a high of 64 tomorrow before temperatures start to fall in the afternoon as northwest winds eventually gust over 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise the sign. Rise the sign.
It's time for early break with Sip and Jake. The truck. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of
and Steve Sip.
good.
This is early break with Sip and Jake.
We're back here, hour number 2, early break on the ticket. Nick Sanger filling in for Jake Sorensen as Jake is in Myrtle Beach the rest of the week. But don't worry, folks, he's going to be back on Monday, so you just have to survive through today and tomorrow.
Let's not portray it that way. You're a
Text line
dynamic
would say
co-host.
differently.
You're a dynamic co-host.
You're doing
Shape's
very
here.
well.
Yeah, no. So we got the normal suspects, Sip and Bill, in here, and we bring in Shafe for the Mike Schaefer Hour, sponsored by Trek CBD. What's up, Shafe?
Not a ton. It's Hemp Boss now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's Hemp Boss. Oh
Hemp
boy,
Boss.
I am so sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, you're
well,
good.
I'm so used to Trek
People
CBD.
just need to know it's the
Hemp
same
Boss.
great quality products, and it's just under a different name.
Yeah, and it's almost good you did that because sometimes it's
we can clarify.
there's some we're clarifying.
Anyway, if you want to send in your thoughts, 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln Hotline, starter aim and text line. All right, Shafe, we'll start with this. It was announced yesterday Dylan Raiola is no longer coming to Nebraska in April for the spring game. I mean, or Oregon. Yeah, that's an important part is that all of his April visits are kind of being put on the back burner about that. Does this matter?
I mean, in so much as you'd rather have him visit than not visit, sure. But, I don't think it changes his recruitment in terms of where Nebraska sits at this point in time. And so, if they're able to find a time in May for him to come out, I suspect he's going to be visiting in June if they can set up an official visit, as I assume at that point starts to dial down what he wants to do. The recruitment's kind of been all over the place. You had reports early in March that he wasn't going to visit Georgia, and then that obviously changed. And USC went from kind of the back third to moving up and right there in contention with everybody else. I mean, so it's recruiting. Things kind of happen. From what I understand, it's to focus on his own high school team and spring practices. So I think everybody can understand that. What's been fascinating to me, and it shouldn't really be a surprise because it's been covered, with near breathless anticipation for multiple months now.
Daily.
The fatigue from the fan base seems pretty high.
Does it?
Honestly, it might be good for all parties involved, but maybe there's a little bit of a reset here.
I sense the fatigue. I mean, I have the fatigue.
What are you fatigued by?
Oh, it's the daily, I always.
Is that what's causing the shoulder issues?
Yeah, it might be. It might be Dylan Raiola related.
Wow, that's brutal. I've never had that happen with.
Yeah, so he is the focus now, according to Chad Simmons, reporter, is now on the upcoming spring practices and also training with a Los Angeles-based QB trainer, Nick, whom you did research on.
Yeah, so I was looking up. It's 3D QB is the name of the company out there. It's based out of Huntington Beach, California, and they on their website they put their list of guys that they work with, and it ranges from Jalen Hurts to Justin Herbert to I think we counted 25 of the starting 32 NFL quarterbacks currently in the league, as well as Tom Brady. Train out there, as well as Bryce Young, and you had Jake Hayner from Fresno State at one point, Sam Howell, who's now at Notre Dame after he transferred from Wake Forest, trained out there with 3D QB. So as Shafe said, focus on, because he transferred high schools, went from Chandler to Pinnacle. Don't forget that.
No, right.
Pinnacle,
Right,
also
you're right.
the former home of Spencer Rattler,
Hello.
down in Arizona. But anyway, you had him changing schools that way, and then also focused on training.
Right.
So
yeah, I know it was very important to Dominic, his father, that he get that training. That was a huge emphasis. The big thing is, well, it's you'd expect this, but they're very intent on him improving all the time, and they want him at a place where there's going to be improvement. So that's a big part of the discussion. We'll see where it goes. I have no read on it. Not a great read, except don't you think it's USC or Oregon or Nebraska or Georgia? I don't.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger deal for Oregon because they haven't had these visits. So for them to kind of lose their April spot,
they lose their April spot.
We sort of don't have the week in which Oregon's in the mix here.
They're not. Yeah, there's going to be a late April.
I mean, of anybody who took a hit in the month of April, it's Oregon. So I mean, he was in Nebraska at the end of February, whether people want to count that or not. He was here.
Right.
He was here last weekend. I suspect, like I said, he'll be here again, whether it's May or June. But Oregon's probably the team that is most affected by the fact that he's not going to do April.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Georgia Tech that always getting thrown into that.
I think he's in Atlanta and Georgia Tech is right there.
There
and
you go.
Just took
That's
the
probably
visit.
right. Yeah.
I mean, they have a new staff. Like I don't know that it registers much beyond that. So
probably right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's been to Athens 7 times. He's been to Lincoln 7 times. So
is it 7? Lincoln? Yeah, he's been here.
I believe if you count February, which you should.
Yeah.
That's 7 times.
I think anytime you come, it counts.
Yeah.
The number won't decrease.
It does
from what I
not.
understand.
It will not decrease.
It will only go up.
It'll only go up.
Rise.
Unless
they turn it back in.
Unless they don't.
No matter what, you're correct on that one, Shane. They cannot go backwards on that one. The thing with, in my opinion, it will not have any effect on where he ends up choosing. Hopefully, ends up obviously choosing to be a Husker. This is not it. And also, anytime you're recruiting, high level players, and when I was in those situations at school I was at, it was always like they were going on a visit someplace else. It's like, be cool. Don't be like, oh, what are you? Like, I used to always say, oh, that's awesome. Enjoy it. I said, we gotta love competition. Don't want to recruit guys. Other guys aren't recruiting. That's easy to sign those guys.
Yeah.
Guys, hey, yeah, that's really easy. Yeah. Hey, I got him. Who else do you have? Oh, yeah, San Jose State, Wyoming, and LSU. Okay, we got him. You got him. Great job, Bill. No, that's not how it works.
I got it.
Yeah, it doesn't work that. So it's like, just be cool.
Yeah. Now the one thing that Nick raised to me in a very tense conversation yesterday.
That was the worst phone call ever. Sip was distracted by his phone.
I was distracted by multiple.
He went on for about 45 seconds saying,
Yeah, I was really bad. I was
I'm
pulling out of my.
I'm driving on the interstate.
I was in the middle of a motorcycle situation, and I was pulling out of my driveway.
Like both of you just needed to focus on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
No, now what happened though? No, Nick raised a good point, and I was my naturally surly self. But you did raise a good point in that very awkward, tense conversation. That Dylan is this is. If he's there at the spring game, maybe it helps from a recruiting standpoint because Dylan's talking to other recruits. He's there.
It's a plus.
His presence is there, and I agree with you, Nick.
Like, you're still going to be able to get talent on campus. That's not what I'm worried. I'm not even necessarily worried or concerned about it. I don't think that's the right reaction. I think
you were hyperventilating yesterday.
Darn right. Yeah. If driving to Omaha, hyperventilating while Sip is just
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was backing out. There was heavy traffic. I was in the middle of a major undertaking with my motorcycle. And I was going to get some parts, and I was rattled. But we.
No, I think it's
a major undertaking.
Yeah,
is something
you want to.
I put a battery on.
Hooked up 2 things, set it in there. About that big. Batteries about that big.
Oh no.
Are they? Yeah. Okay. Nice job.
Yeah.
Twice as big as
Also, when you have these situations, it's a chance for you to shine if you've done a great job, which Nebraska's done a great job with him. They go someplace else. It's like we've hit a home run. They may just hit a triple.
Yeah.
They may not do as good a job in the recruiting process. And so that's him going someplace else is an advantage. When you've done a really good job, you don't want to look at it like, oh man, they're gonna be like, no, we've done an unbelievable job. So when they go there, they're gonna have to figure, they're gonna be like, well, this wasn't as good as what. So it's to your advantage when they go other places.
Okay.
You're gonna have to compete against people.
Interesting.
That's just the way it works.
Interesting. Yeah. Now Bill knows what he's talking about.
I don't know about that. I didn't know much.
Having been there.
I didn't know much against Ohio U and the Idaho.
Yeah. Quick,
we got to visit that. Yeah.
Quick trivia for Mike Schaefer. 2011 Ohio Potato Bowl.
No.
Ohio beat
Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah, Idaho.
Yeah.
Idaho Potato Bowl.
I knew what he meant.
Yeah, I Ohio beat. Who's the opponent?
2011.
2011 Idaho Potato Bowl.
So
Frank Solich guided Ohio
trying to think
to a resounding win. The defense on the other team was very suspect.
I mean, was it Utah State?
Yes, it was.
I mean, I was just like, so where was
Bill's gonna
Bill?
kill me.
Where was
This
Bill
will be
Belichick?
Bill's last
Was
show.
it 24-23? What was the score?
You can
Wait,
27, 26.
Can you check the score the next year Potato Bowl? I'd like to get that, please. Just check the Potato Bowl.
Bill had a good run here, and this is his last show. Mike, you're part of his last show because he's very angry with me right
Well, I would be angry too. You keep calling it the Ohio Potato.
Yeah, that's
exactly. That's
the
how
bowl
I-
officials are also
Also
upset. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble as a show
They
right
dump
now.
French fries on your head.
We're losing a
It's
co-host.
great. The visual of that is fun every time.
It's better than a Duke's Mayo Bowl than Mayo
man.
on you.
All right, Shafe. We'll keep rolling here.
Yeah, keep rolling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gotta get back on track.
Yeah, please.
I don't know that the show spends time on track.
Somebody texted in was like, Nick's really patient with these old guys. I have to agree. With
Old guys.
Yeah. That's directed at you.
Wow.
No. This is before Shafe got here.
Oh,
This
it
is
was.
before Mike got here, so we're okay. It's not towards you. Frank Solich coming back to Nebraska April 22nd. I mean, this is something that was probably in the making for a while, and Coach Solich finally accepted.
Yeah, this seems like it's a big deal to a lot of people. I guess I don't get as fired up about it, but it's a step towards probably mending a relationship that needs that a little bit, or has seemingly needed that since his ouster in 2003. So it's a great thing. He's going to be there, and he'll be honored. I would assume either during or before the game. But there's no word yet on if he's going to be involved with any kind of sacrifice of Little Red.
Everybody's worried about that. Everybody wants to kill
Been
Little
a
Red.
thing.
Why are they down Little Red? I'm just
So I had to explain this to a couple people. This has been a big internet thing
Yeah.
for the last
Yes.
probably 5 years.
Yeah.
The idea
5 years.
for Nebraska to get the juju off of itself and to get back to its winning ways, Frank needed to come back and sacrifice Little Red Memorial Stadium as an offering, as an offering to the football gods
Same-
to make
on the same
everything
day?
right again.
Basically, pop Little Red.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I don't think I'm comfortable with that.
I don't know that he would be.
Yeah,
either.
I don't think. I'm just gonna say. I'm going to speak for Coach Solich. He's not going to pop Little Red.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
he's not going to happen.
I'm
Frank
pro
would
Little
do
Red.
it. Frank would.
Well, yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Frank Solich has to be the one to defend.
Oh, I just
Little
thought
Red.
the two things would happen, but Frank wouldn't be. He would just be
No, no,
involved
no.
in
You know,
him.
it's a lot like Pedro Serrano showing up and having to take out the chickens in Major League and to get the bad juju.
Yeah.
That's what Nebraska needs to do to compete at a national
I get it.
level.
I get it.
I
get the concept.
Okay.
Whether it's actually enacted is
it's not going to.
Seems
It's gonna be tough.
it would be incredible to once. Now,
I-
one time
I
a
think-
guy
I-
brought a cat out of the tunnel, so don't.
How are you going to get Little Red on board, though? I don't see them getting Little Red on board.
That poor student.
Exactly, doesn't have a job.
My nephews used to send
He's out
me
of
stuff.
Little Red.
The faux Pelini was ridiculously funny.
Ridiculous.
I mean, like as good a stuff as I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
read.
Oh, yeah.
There were some things that were
Yeah,
they were
it was.
really good.
Yeah, he's an attorney in Chicago, and he's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, it was funny.
Okay, so and in addition to that, Trev Albert said last night that on that day we'll learn another announcement regarding Frank Solich. Thoughts?
I don't know what
guesses?
that would be.
Sip
What?
prematurely said statue.
Well,
And then-
irresponsibly. I was just kind of, I don't know what it
Why
is.
would there be a Frank Solich
I don't
statue?
know, just that there's some kind of another announcement. I don't know what that would be.
I thought in working in the athletic department, special
Could be
advisor
that.
to Trev.
Yeah.
Could be
Doesn't
that.
seem like the kind of thing you'd need to wait to announce because
I
it
agree.
seems like it's a pretty honorary title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I don't know what the announcement would be related to.
Maybe a
to
small
Frank Solich.
statue. Maybe like a, like a
Just a
lawn ornament.
Okay, we got to get to break after that one. Let's get to break. The Mike Schaefer Hour, sponsored by Hemp Boss on 84th and Highway 2, returns after this on the Ticket.
Mike Schaefer here to tell you that Trek TV has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any. If you're looking for drinkable seltzers, hemp-derived Delta-9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power. My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415. Or online at ambitionelectric.com.
One of the Nebraska Lottery's most explosively fun promotions is back. Cash Blast. Until April 18th, buy a 2x2 ticket, enter the voucher number, and you win $5,000 or $500. If your winning voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket or a multiple of 7 ticket, your prize is doubled. There will be 7 weekly drawings and 14 little winners in Cash Blast. So play today. You'll have a blast, but that goes without saying. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000. Did you know that when you play games from the Nebraska Lottery, you're also supporting and even that's right. Since 1993, the Nebraska Lottery has raised more than $900 million for Nebraska's environment, educational opportunities, and state fair. So to everyone who plays, we say the Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 6-year history right here in Lincoln. This is some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. Patrick's Day. Because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tagging, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Ad Council.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest of the stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
1 in 3 adults had diabetes. 1 in 2. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, or cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes? That's 33.33% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
This Easter, focus on your family instead of dishes with the Venue Easter to-go meals. Prepared fresh in-house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat, with packages for 2 to 3 people or 6 to 8, and your choice of juicy tenderloin, tasty herb roasted chicken, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have additional add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Easter. That's venuedelivered.com/Easter.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mix concrete, Husker concrete, Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, pay time off, and pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit Nebco. That's NEBCNC.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers, guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Sam Greasel, the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay.
An idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here, early break on the ticket. Nick Sainert, Steve Sipple, Bill Bush, Mike Schaefer still in here on a Thursday. It's the Mike Schaefer Hour, sponsored by Hemp Boss at 84th and Highway 2. But now it's time to go on to Bill's Thrills. And Thursday is Cool Parenting Tips. Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Call Dirk, Scott, and Ty today at 402-730-7384 for all of your financial needs.
And I did see Scott last night. I was able to see him at an event actually that Schaefer's at also. Like he said, people are making so much money with them. They don't know what to do with it. They're changing tax brackets. Is
that right?
It's getting ridiculous.
We need to get involved.
Yeah, get involved in that.
This is, who are these guys again?
Mid-Plains Advisors.
Okay.
Dirk, Scott, and Ty. Once again, that phone number 402-730-7384.
Thank you, Nick.
Awesome. So everyone's got to get involved in this. I think they're a little bit of a take on it too, like that. So the most brilliant parenting that my parents ever did, the most brilliant thing they ever did was at a very young age for me, we moved back to Pender, which is hometown, which is where my dad and mom both went to high school at. And then guess who else was there?
Whom?
Grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to go down we're going to go some grandparenting situations on this. So I remember growing up, I don't like to play cards. Cards is not my deal. But you know what?
It's not?
No, it's not. But we went to my grandparents' house. You know what we did? We played cards.
Yeah.
And it was outstanding.
Was it?
Grandpa taught you how to, you don't splash the pot. You don't do things like that. This is how we keep track of rules. We always wanted to gamble. We always wanted to play skit scat, and it was 3 dimes to play.
Mhm.
My grandma May was always, we're going to keep it at a penny. We're not doing that. We're not gambling with the kids. But just how that day was to be able to be with them, to be able to have that happen. Also, I'd walk home past their house every day. They lived 2 blocks from us. And I'd stop there probably 2 or 3 times. Every time I'd walk in like that, I'd be like, April, Bill, would you like something to eat? No, Grandma, I'm fine like that. They're just out in the kitchen, you hear like little sizzling.
Yep.
All of a sudden, homemade bread cheeseburger appeared.
Oh, bad boy.
Grandparenting.
Say that again. Homemade bread cheeseburger.
Homemade buns.
Homemade buns.
And then cheeseburgers. And that would be like a 3. That was just your
3 o'clock.
That's why
3 o'clock cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
just like Roseanne
Sounds like
Francisca.
paradise.
It does. It does. That's what I'm saying. So
3 o'clock
what I'm getting at is that like that right now the most important thing. So if you guys you have kids, you live away from your grandparents, you need to move.
Yeah,
or move your grandparents to you.
Yeah,
you have to have grandparents in your life.
It's
for
tough,
for all these things that go on, like Roseanne Bertiska. That would be my girl's grandmother.
Mhm.
She's at our house 5 times a week. She takes care of Bugs, the rabbit. She does things.
Yeah.
She's the fallback on everything that's going on. Well, maybe Roseanne can do it. I'll call your mom.
Right.
See if we can do that. And then there's no one that I see it better than Sip.
Yeah, there was that. I do a lot.
You beam when you talk about your
Alex
grandkids.
or, any of those.
I
Yeah,
mean,
any of them.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's your number.
Yeah, and there's a lot of interaction. Well, it's daily interaction.
Daily interaction like that. So what I'm trying to do
They have to interact.
is get a U-Haul. Get a U-Haul. Move people around. Change jobs.
Yeah.
Get next to your if you don't have a set of grandparents, at least one set that you're close to.
Close
anywhere,
by. How about close by? Like
close by.
my grandma and grandpa were one set was in Omaha, one set was in Grand Island, and we saw them a lot.
Saw them a lot. That helps.
Yeah.
The same town is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's like what you get every day because you actually raise them. My parents actually basically were helped raise their 3 grandkids. I mean, they were like they stopped by there every single day. That's where they went. And when they went after they went to school every single day, they went to their house afterwards. That's where they went from a kindergarten threats for like to go home by themselves. They went to grandma and grandpa's house.
Yeah.
And they did
God,
that.
I would have liked that if my grandma and grandpa were in town. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So people need to move as fast as they can.
So I spent a lot of time in Grand Island. We would go there with the kids for weeks at a time.
A lot of people like that. So my wife would go to stay at her grandparents' house. So it'd be Wayne or Westmore, but they'd be up there for weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
Go there for weeks in the summer. Go stay at your grandparents' house.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that, I'm still going to get on board.
Yeah.
Well, let's give a shout out to the grandparents.
To the grandparents.
That's my
Thank
tip.
you, Bill.
So go back in time to your grandparents. Text line in some great things your grandparents did. But the 330 cheeseburger. That's a game changer.
I'm still eating up on that.
And then you know
it.
what? Me and my dad never got mad at Grandma May about it because she always sent food home with you. When you left, you always sent something home.
Yeah.
So she cinnamon roll. She
That's
sent
like a roll of the grandma.
Oh yeah, send it home. We get the cinnamon rolls. My dad would be like, check it out first. And we like, I know. So we have to get them out and look because she would always roll up raisins inside of them.
Oh boy.
Gets back to it. So guess what we did? Me and my dad would unroll
picking
all
the
of them and
raisins
pick the
out.
raisins out. Oh yeah,
I don't understand.
We enrolled them all. Took the raisins out. Never said a word to Grandma.
Right.
Never once did we say, FYI,
she
we
know this?
prefer the no raisin. We just took the raisins and got them out.
I would want the raisins in.
Which is okay. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
telling
fine
you the
too, yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But we never jumped on Grandma's.
No.
Hey, be cool, man. We don't do raisins. We didn't do that. No, we supported May Bettenhausen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We supported the shit out of her. Do we get that done?
That was a highlight.
We're good.
That was a highlight.
Sorry about that, Jake. I don't know what happened. I got too excited about the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
He's
I
hung
did
up on
not
the 3
see
o'clock.
the dump button having to come in.
I was shocked. And I was like, oh wait, there it is.
That was
I heard it and I was like, whoa.
And we're fine in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
world
it's
where
fine.
it's
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, did you hear Sip's
Then
jokes
you turn
earlier?
into a small
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
You just start giggling immediately.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Bill.
There it is.
Yeah, thanks. Memories are flooding back. to me.
Once again, Mid Plains Advisors is proud sponsor of Bill's Thrills. Call Ty today at 402-730-7384 for all your financial needs. All right, back to Schaefer here.
Okay.
I'm
Shay,
really sorry about the dump.
no, hey, that was no. You're
It's
fine.
It's fine. Don't beat yourself up over
Yeah,
it. Coach.
please don't, because I mean, there's been times on other radio shows where I have used a curse word and nothing happened, and then after the appearance, I called back in and said, now, did you hear when I said this? They said, oh, don't worry about it. They didn't even dump it.
Oh, yeah.
So it happens, Bill. Please
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
Oh,
In this
okay.
world, don't feel bad.
So big recruiting weekend, and obviously a lot of the focus was on Dylan Raiola, but going away from Dylan Raiola, what's some of the reaction that you gathered from some of the guys that were in town?
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I mean, I think everyone that I spoke to had a great time. I mean, I think one of the things that was remarkable to me is that when you have a big visit weekend like this, everybody wants to feel like they got peace out of it, that they got to spend time around the coaches, that they got, what they came for. And for some of those guys, it's the opportunity to build those relationships or start building those relationships. One thing that's always fascinating to me, and Bill can definitely speak on this and you forget about it. Like Nebraska started recruiting some of these kids in December, had never seen them in person before.
Mhm.
And so you're building a relationship strictly over the phone. And I had one recruit basically tell me that he feels leaving Nebraska, that he's going to have so much better conversations going forward because you can put a face to the other end of it and a real person instead of just someone from Nebraska that was calling him every Thursday or whatever it was. And I hadn't really ever thought of that before, but it makes sense. Like leaving here. And one of the great things about these sort of big visit weekends is I always feel like they kind of set the table. The idea is that you get them in for one and then they come back for a second and you try to get that official visit. But it does feel like for at least several guys, Nate Frazier being one, Gatlin Bear being another, that are from further out, they left with a better relationship than they came in with. And it wasn't bad by any means, but they got so much time with the coaches that you can just sort of sense that they have a stronger foundation, in their recruitment with Nebraska. And I think that'll serve them pretty well. But I think you're going to look back on this weekend, whether it's in June, whether it's in August or December, and there's probably going to be 5, 6 kids that end up signing with Nebraska, maybe more.
That would be
we'll see. But
that would be a big W.
It was a great weekend for them. It was a great introduction for the staff, I think. And, we'll see kind of what comes out of it.
Also with that, obviously the staff did a tremendous job. But one person to talk about that obviously I know killed it. I mean, I'm not talking that I've talked about that, but Vince Ginta, who is the director of basically everything on the recruiting.
Thank you.
Because here's why, if it went so well, and I'm not talking to recruits obviously at all, you are, if it went so well, it's because of the organization. Because here's what happens. You have to have all these moving parts and things always have to be on the move and on the hop and what you're doing. Because what happens is the head coach is going to meet with all these people. And so you can't have them just hanging out and you're on after a while. Because what happens, we're at LSU and Ed Ogeron's going to speak with every single family after. We had some to meet before this, all those times. So when practice gets over like that, and then people are starting to disperse, but we have your big time recruits that we're in. We're at that. So right away, you're in recruiting mode. And those days go forever. I remember not watching the scrimmage film until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And you're still like going, I've got 3 hours of work because Sunday morning I'm back in here because you're constantly, and there's always and you have a chart. Hey, Bill, you've got so-and-so here from wherever. Now we'd always think about travel. And so if somebody had been here 6 or 7 times, or maybe he's from Gretna, and they can be back at a special time like that to spend more time. You try to, maneuver that. If someone's got to catch a flight, or if they've got a long drive, someone's got to drive. I've got a 10-hour drive. Let's make sure that they're not the last ones coming out of the building type of things. There's a lot of moving parts. And then there's always that part of like, are you seeing the head coach or are you doing this in order? Which means, 19 people met with the head coach ahead of me. Am I like that? Was that where I lie in this whole process? And that's not true. It's all organization.
Right.
But I'm telling you what can go through kids' minds and parents' minds when they're going through that.
Totally get it.
Of how it's going on. I remember being, after the spring game last year here, we had a ton of people here. We were there till 11 o'clock at night.
With Christmas.
And I got players here from Missouri and different places, and some of them are deep in Missouri. So they're 8-9 hours away, and they were great. They're like, Coach, we'll hold on, and they get it. But there's so many different moving parts. So if their visit went great, with what you're saying, that means the organization of the day was great. That's what happened. And that's why I'm
Vince leads it, but there's a lot of people involved.
There's a lot, but somebody has to be the one in the end. If someone has to be the one person to answer to. in the end, if like that, if something stinks on defense, there's one guy that has to be the main answer. Or if the team stinks, it's the head coach.
Yeah.
If it's sports, great, it's this.
Right.
So there has to be one guy, and he's the one guy that has to be able to oversee everything. And everyone has a critical
What a
part
job.
in it. Has
What a
but-
job.
But it's a lot, and then you're dealing now with a lot of energy, a lot of egos. Things are dealing with that. So it's
The human part.
Yeah, the human
It's
part.
not just
of it.
logistics.
Yeah.
Then the damn
And you're
human
always-
part.
And then you're always going to have there's always going to be ex-players that have kids there. So that's always, they have a little bit of a, hey, I played here. So that's always something. Another thing you want to make sure they feel, you always make everybody feel the same. You would treat everyone the same, but there is only enough time, so much time in the day to be able to get it done. That's why you also, if they're staying overnight, then you get those guys out. Hey, we'll see you Sunday morning at this time.
Yeah.
But where it gets the coaches is the practice.
Yeah.
Because you're just all of a sudden going like, I haven't even graded this film yet. I haven't even looked. Kids are texting me, what'd you think, coach? I'm like, I have no idea. I've just spent the last 7 hours talking to recruits. And a lot of times if you're the coordinator or something, like what happened with me is if you didn't have a particular recruit in, you were still meeting with them because you were letting them know, like, hey, I'm, this is your position, coach. So you were still in constant meetings as they're coming through. And guess what? You have to be on.
Yeah.
You don't get the old like, sorry, coach, I was super tired.
Not really.
Dadgummit, I was tired.
Not ready for.
That's hungry.
You have to be ready for practice the next day.
Yeah.
You still have a team.
Yeah,
a team with players who are on the team.
So like,
not potential players.
Yeah.
You have players that you're responsible for on.
So
the
during
team.
OTAs in NFL, you're not all when the practice is over. It's not like, well, hey, we got to make sure we might bring another 30 free agents or something. No,
Right,
no,
yeah.
you're worried about your team only. This is always plus. That's why college coaching it's a brutal profession as far as time based. With what you have to do and what
My
you
head is spinning thinking about the energy that you have to present to every recruit. Like you have to be on. Like you can't recede at all because they'll sense that,
Yeah,
they'll
they
feel
will.
that, and they'll internalize that, and you've lost that.
Or
kid.
and they can also sense that they can sense right away. It's like, I'm not sure if I'm a priority there.
Yeah,
like that. And I would always, if there was someone that was coming in the room that maybe during this time would be like, I don't think he would be someone that we'd want to take as a commit today, but we really like him. He may be that, whatever it is, like that. I would even try to amp it up even more so to make sure that it wasn't like, because you don't go through like, this is our one, he's a 1A, he's a 2, he's and then you walk in and you're like, no, that doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to have it'd be like being like I always say that. Imagine being like Johnny Carson.
Yeah, you have to be on all the time.
You're the host of the late night show.
You have to be on all the time.
Be unreal to try to be on like that. So in
It would,
recruiting,
yeah.
you're on like that all the time when
Yeah.
you're talking to them. You don't get a downtime because your interaction's only short with them.
Right.
So you got to be.
And you have to make it count.
Yeah.
And Schaefer, how often do you hear a kid say when you ask him, "What are you looking for in this trip?" I hear it all the time. I want to feel wanted.
Yeah, and they want to meet
feel
with
wanted.
coaches.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time. The facilities are great. The history is great. It's the people that are in the building that are going to win the race.
100%.
Every time. It's the
100%.
people.
100%.
And then what you want to do is you want to try to create as much as you can likability. So when you FaceTime them or call them or whatever it is, they answer. And sometimes they might be they're like, hey, I Nebraska's 4th or 5th to me, or whatever reason. That's not them. Hey, I really like Baylor. I really like this, whatever it is. But they have to like you enough to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Because if they're not answering the phone, then you can't keep chipping away. Because sometimes after a while, that's like, hold it now. I'm starting to like this a little better. I'm starting to get to know this person better. But if they're just like, you know what, this guy, they said it just like that. It's just like you look at the phone. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Oh, that's who called. I don't want to take that. I don't want to answer that call. That's a bad deal.
That's what he did to Nick
yesterday.
Yeah,
when obviously.
No, Nick was upset with me. Not.
Well, I wasn't even upset. It was just you were like, what's on your mind? And I was
did
like,
you call Sipple?
I can't
remember.
I can't remember who
texted him-
initiated.
I texted him a single thing. I was like, I don't need to talk to you right now, but this is one thing.
talked
This
to
is
you.
one subject we can talk about tomorrow. We'll talk tonight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll call you in a sec.
Yeah.
So he called me, and then it was just
I did
it
call
was
you.
like
Berated
45
you?
seconds of
There was no berating.
For getting into the motorcycle time.
There was no berating.
Somebody
Shout out
texted
to
him.
my
Somebody texted
brother-in-law
him.
for helping me with my motorcycle. By the way, he orchestrated much of it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Guys, Major League Baseball opening day is today. I understand there's a couple of us in here that might not be the biggest baseball guys, baseball buffs,
A couple of
if
us.
you will. I'm going to look right at you. No, I'm just kidding.
There's some
That's
old.
Eye
It's accurate.
contact.
There's some
I have
old.
great respect for the sport.
Yeah, no.
So great respect, but it's not. Yeah.
So rightfully so,
This is
the
opening day.
game show is going to be about World Series champions in the last 10 years.
Oh God! Oh God!
In the
Such
last
a
10
layup.
years.
It's a layup. We have no chance.
I mean,
Oh God!
seems easy.
Schaefer will know.
Yeah. So you have to remind me,
Schaefer-
are both Bill and Schaefer?
Yes, I get 2 lifelines.
Well, that's
Yes.
stupid.
No, it's not.
Man, that's Thursdays. It's just basically an
Well,
automatic win.
but the winner gets if he beats us, he gets 2 dozen bagels.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 dozen bagels.
I don't
I'm
have
not
that
sure
power.
I'm not sure if I can prove that, but we are doing that now.
Yeah. Winner
2
gets,
dozen.
call now
I hope Jake
402-464-5685
calls in.
to win a business box of bagels. The game show Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Alrighty, call now 402-464-5685. Take down Sipple in trivia. All right, we got a caller. It's Sebastian. Sebastian, how do we feel about World Series, man?
I feel good.
Right.
Sebastian's
Sebastian,
back.
are you on your way to school?
Yeah.
All right. Well, make sure you lock in today. It's a big day at school.
This could be big. This could be very popular.
Yeah.
If you shut up, Sip.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you lose,
That'll win you respect in the class.
Still got to concentrate. All right, let's go.
All right.
First question is Sebastian.
Yes, first question to Sebastian. Led by manager A.J. Hinch, which AL West franchise won the World Series in 2017 by beating the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 7?
I'm not sure.
Pick a team.
Yep,
Sebastian.
Either pick a team or pass, Sebastian.
Cubs.
Ooh, good guess.
Good
I like
guess.
That. I like
Really
that guess
good
a lot.
guess.
I like that guess a lot.
Can you say the question again?
Yes, led by I think Shafe might.
AJ Hinch.
Led by AJ Hinch, which AL West franchise won the World Series 2017 by beating the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 7? Now here's the deal. Like I'm giving context clues. AJ
Yeah, I mean,
Hinch,
he made it as easy as humanly possible.
because I'm helping
I'm
you
gonna go
guys.
with Schaefer.
Yeah.
You got to get one for sure.
Yeah.
Mike, it's your.
I feel like I should just, like, sit this out. It's so easy.
I would recommend not to. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
This is the Houston Astros title.
There it is.
In which they eventually were
and we just
admonished
had
for cheating along
We
the
just
way.
had an in-depth conversation about Houston.
I know, that's what made it funny to me. You guys are
Here's
just,
the thing.
and then
AJ Hinch. I didn't think AJ Hinch was a manager of that team.
He's not
fired.
anymore. Yeah, because they were hitting trash cans.
Yeah,
Right.
They became the trash.
They were wired up, right? A couple guys were wired up.
That's
So-
the alleged rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
Sip,
part has never been proven.
Okay.
Sip
I
leads.
want
right,
to believe
thank
it though.
Thank you.
Sip leads 1-0. Next one for you, Sip.
Okay.
In
Sip
2014,
leads 1-0.
That's amazing to hear that. Thank you, Nick.
in 2014,
Yeah, 2014.
what NL West franchise won the World Series?
NL West. 2014, an NL West team won it.
It's just on a tee.
It is
The Dodgers. It's not on a tee, apparently. They're NL West.
Sebastian, would you try to take it? Would you
They
like
are.
to take it?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Pass.
It is the San Francisco Giants.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
Next one for you, Sebastian.
It's 1-0 my lead.
Yes.
Sip's lead.
The Chicago Cubs won the World Series in 2016 for the first time since 1908.
Oh, sorry.
Who was the manager for the Chicago Cubs that season?
I can.
The blonde guy with the glasses.
Oh, Sebastian, I'm gonna need a name.
I need a little more.
I'm gonna need a name.
He nailed it.
You got the description.
Did you see a blonde guy?
Yeah, he got with glasses.
With
That's his description. You got it. I just need.
Whitish
I need
blonde.
one of the names, either first or last. I'll give you one of two here.
Oh yeah.
Forgot the name.
It's okay.
How do we feel about this, Sip?
Well, he used to manage I'm going to help him.
Yep.
He used to manage Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't have the name.
You know.
So
are we up?
Yes.
No.
Still Sebastian?
No,
Oh,
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Do you want to pass or do you want to guess a name?
Yeah.
Pass.
Okay. All right. So
we can win it here.
yeah, you can win it with this.
Fields, you know this.
I think it's Madden.
Yes. Joe Madden.
It is Joe Madden.
Yes.
And with that is a victory. Sebastian, thanks
That's a
for playing.
That's a really
go ahead and
awkward
stay on the
victory.
line. We'll go ahead and get you a
You
bagel.
do good in
courtesy
school
of Bagels
today.
and Joe.
Thank you.
There's Sebastian. It is Joe Madden, who was 471 and 339 with the Cubs
So
from
that was
2015 to
the third
2019.
question.
Yes.
Bill answered one. I answered one, and the guy who gets the credit for the win got it.
I'm like the manager.
Sip did not.
I mean, I'm the manager.
Here's this one. This is why I said
Offense, defense.
I managed.
I thought
I'm like Bobby Bowden.
if it was a closer game, I think you would have needed Schaefer for this one.
Okay.
And that's why it was questionable to use
All right,
him
should we
on the
race?
first
Three,
one.
three-man race here.
Real quickly.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees have won the most World Series or have the most World Series appearances with 40. The next most franchise has 19.
Dodgers.
Which listen, what NL franchise is second on the list?
Dodgers.
That's second on the list.
Yeah, so it's like
second
this-
on the total list.
It's not
On
the
total
Dodgers?
list.
It's
It
not
is
the
not the Dodgers. I would say it is the
I
Dodgers.
mean, it's the Cardinals.
Nice job. There it is. Yeah.
Gee, Schaefer knows baseball really well.
They went to a lot of World Series.
Early on.
Whitey Herzog.
Busch Stadium.
Yeah. Tiebreaker. You want to hear the tiebreaker?
They're red.
The family.
That's it.
See, me and Bill, we invoke
the
knowledge like this. They were red and white. There's Cardinals on their uniform.
Bob Gibson
Whitey
played for him.
Herzog.
Bob Gibson.
The Redbirds. Tiebreaker.
Okay.
The Washington Nationals had the fewest wins last year. How many games did they win?
So 162.
54.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
Where over under?
It's a really good guess. I'm going to say slightly over.
Probably
55.
I was thinking 56.
That was
54. and it was right in the middle
something
there.
special.
That's what I do.
kinda made
That's what
a
I do. I
comeback.
crunch numbers.
Yeah.
I
That
look
was
at
something
I crunch
special.
You,
out
you
of the
should be a
lad.
baseball analyst. Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I would love to listen to more
Just
Bill
a
on
bit
opening day.
outside. Bob Euchre. I would sit with Euchre in the box in a second.
Gosh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
just a bit outside.
Thanks to Sebastian for calling in. Hope
Sebastian,
you call in
thank
down
you.
the road. Sip wins. What's your record now this week?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We
I think
don't-
we're 2
we've
and 2.
kind of keep.
I'm pretty sure we're 2 and 2.
Okay.
I really do. I know we've won one.
Tomorrow's Film Friday. Is
What's
that is that what usually is
movie
on
clip?
Fridays?
Movie clip. I gotta send that to you.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta get that
Let
to
me know.
you.
Let me
Yep.
know. All right, spill over with Raph and AD coming up next.
This is Sam Greasel. I'm here to tell you about my favorite Nebraska Gary Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you look Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
It's an action-packed week of hockey for the Lincoln Stars with 3 games in 4 days. It all begins on Wednesday when they host the Tri-City Storm in a special 11:05 a.m. puck drop on STEM Day and continues into the weekend when the Waterloo Blackhawks come to town for games on Friday and Saturday, including Billet Appreciation Night on Saturday. There's only a month left in the regular season, and you won't want to miss these huge matchups. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com or by calling 402-474-7827.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to those elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 20th and Keel Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation, the Ad Council.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you're ready, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, and I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Guys, when I first started with Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Barrel's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. promo code for a discount just for Ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about... And adults make choices whether to talk about it. It's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcome animals. Let the expert take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsrats.com. Bats Rat Wildlife Control and Prevention.
93 The Ticket, Fox, XL Weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A wind advisory will be in effect late this afternoon through tonight. We'll top out at 72, but eventually south winds could gust over 45. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 55. We'll see a high of 64 tomorrow before the fall in the afternoon. West winds eventually gust over 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
Anybody who knows me knows cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back one final time for the Thursday show. Early break on the ticket. Nick Sainert, Sipple, Bill, and Shafe had to skedaddle, so it is now AD and Raph. They joined for
Welcome.
Spillover.
Hello. Good morning.
What did you guys think of Sip's performance on the game show today? I mean, it was kind of one of those things where, and a texter said it perfectly, he kind of just signed his name on the group project and turned it in.
You know, I didn't hear many of the questions
don't worry about
because I was on the phone call, so Raph, I'm going to defer to Raph on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he had his lifeline, he used it,
Yeah.
and he won.
I managed the situation.
I think two lifelines. I think we need to change the rules. I'm going to come in. I'm changing the rules.
Okay.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, tomorrow,
One day in.
I'm
Took
coming
over
in
the,
and
took over the
changing
board and
tradition.
says we're changing it.
We're changing tradition.
Changing some things.
yeah, if
Two
you're,
lifelines, man. That's.
do you think that's gratuitous?
I think one. The caller should get one lifeline, and you should get one lifeline.
That's not a bad change.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Make
If
it
you want
even.
to enact that change, I'm supportive of it.
All right, I'm gonna sign a law
Wow.
just like that. That quick.
Making changes.
That quick.
Nick, you've done a great job today. Nick's filling in for Jake
You did do
Sorensen.
a great
Yep.
job.
Jake is at Myrtle Beach.
Did
or
you see
in
it? Did
Myrtle
you see his
Beach.
video this morning he posted?
I did not.
Heavenly.
I did not.
Heavenly.
Sip, that's how we started the show. Was Sip literally 10 seconds before we get on the air? Sip goes, "Oh wow, Bill, did you see that video? Did you see that picture Jake sent us? That is a nice view." And Bill looks at his phone. Sip looks at his phone, and I'm just over here getting ready to start the show.
He felt left out.
I heard
He
you.
didn't send you. I was like,
He
"Dang,
felt
man."
left out.
I thought he was going to throw me a Raph on the bus and go, that's two groups. Of
Yeah, I don't get text from Raph.
Interesting.
I don't get text from Jake.
Interesting.
I'm not really sure if I'm even.
See, now was I being insensitive?
Then you brought it up again, and that's when you brought it. That's when it crossed.
You didn't
the
see
line.
this, did you?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
no, I'm
Don't.
just saying.
I got to be more sensitive. A lot of examples of insensitivity today. We talked at length about Bill Bush losing the Idaho Potato Bowl to Solich in 2011.
I was asking if he liked playing on the blue field.
Yeah, that's fairly interesting.
I think the blue field is stupid. But
Do you?
It's
I do.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb.
It's gimmicky.
Yeah.
Whoa, AT.
It's gimmicky. Football's played on a green field.
Okay,
Green.
now hold on though. Now I'm just going to try to defend Boise State here.
Cool.
It's just one. Well, is it just one school? I mean,
There's a one field that plays on gray, I believe.
and there's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Coastal Carolina plays on green, which I think is more flaky.
Yeah.
Okay, Coastal Carolina plays on. I think they're trying to go for like the sea color.
It's like a fluorescent green.
Yeah, the
like-
color of the sea.
Yeah.
Which I think that's more hokey. at least Boise State was original. It was novel.
that's
Okay,
true.
can I give you
It's
that?
novel. I like
it was
that.
novel.
I like
The
that.
problem is that they wear their blue uniforms on the blue field, and it's
Boise State.
Yeah, it's painful for the viewer on TV.
Is it
you're
painful? I mean, you might be
it hurts
going
my
a little
eyeballs.
too far with
It hurts
that.
my eyes to kind
Think
of
about this.
focus
I
on
like
that.
calling it the Smurf turf.
Yes.
It's tough to focus and like follow the player because there's so much blue.
I think if you're a free safety and you're looking at your peripheral, you're looking, what's coming at you, that blends in pretty good.
Does it?
And I'm surprised it's not illegal. I mean, it's cool. I like Boise State. I
Novel.
still think about Boise.
Yeah.
Exactly. I still think about them beating Oklahoma in that. What game was that? The
Fiesta Bowl.
The Fiesta
Yeah,
Bowl.
Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
All
and
those
then,
years ago.
Ian
2009?
Johnson in the Statue of Liberty and running it in.
2008? Was it 2008?
And then
2009?
proposing to his girlfriend
2007?
after the game. What memories.
Okay, now here's the thing about Boise State. It's very much a staple. It's part of their identity. And again, I'm trying to sell it to you, AD and Brad. It is now and that's what they got really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're the team that's really good up there in the Northwest that plays on a blue field. So yeah, there was an identity there.
They're legit though. I
Those are
just don't
tough
like
programs.
Bill, but they're a legit program, and they have been for a long time.
Somebody just sent in a text. Eastern Washington has an all red field.
That
They sent a
is
picture.
going way too far.
No, I didn't even know that.
That's going way too far. I've seen it.
Are you serious?
It's red. It's
Yeah,
going way
here,
too
AD,
far.
You might be able to see a picture right here.
Yo, I do.
Yeah, check it out, AD.
So,
Okay,
That's
come
going
on.
too far.
It looks
Eastern
like something
Washington.
on Madden.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Player created.
Now-
Player creative mode or
Now,
something
as
like that.
much
Don't you
as I'm
think so, Josh? I mean, that's ridiculous.
as much as I'm defending now, part of the reason I'm defending Boise State because it was original. There was an originality.
Yeah.
I think Eastern Washington came after Boise State, and that's ridiculous.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to play there.
Thanks for sending that in, text. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That looks weird.
Is that Liberty there that he just sent in?
Oh boy,
That's
gotta be a
that is
practice
not
field.
Liberty.
that's got
I
to be.
hope. Yeah,
That's
no,
got to be a practice field, right?
No, I think that's
It's red and
LU.
white.
Yeah, it's
It's-
more red and gray.
Okay, that looks like a candy cane.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. That's. Yeah, I would avoid that if I were the AD. I like what Trev did. He
Central
simplified it.
Arkansas. That's pretty.
I did think for a while it was pretty cool when you alternated shades of green.
I can get with that.
I could get with that. I was a
maybe.
little bit,
It's
it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit going too far at Nebraska. Just keep it traditional, and Trev kept it traditional.
Man, Trev is all about
Tradition.
Tradition.
Well-
I mean, if you listen to his radio appearance
Yeah.
last night, I turned it on a little over halfway through, and all I hear right from the get go is, "I want people when they turn on the TV to know Nebraska is playing." He goes, "We don't need an alternate uniform every year. We just need a uniform." And he said, "Now this year we're having the 100th year anniversary of Nebraska, so he goes, we want to celebrate that, and we will." But he said, "You don't need an alternate uniform every year. We're not going to be any other name except Nebraska and the Cornhuskers and the Huskers." And
You know
stuff
why I
like
think that, and Nick too, I think why that's so important, and why I know that Trev gets it. He played during an era to where we were dominant. And we stuck to traditions. We stuck to the things that made us who we were, and we stuck to our the fabric of Nebraska, if you would. You start getting creative. I'm not saying change is always good for some things, but you don't throw away your pillars of who you are as an
wouldn't-
organization.
Well, Nebraska did,
And we did, and look
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah.
When you start sampling with certain ingredients that made you who you are. Good luck making a cake without the eggs.
Right. Nebraska did it. I mean, they did throw away pillars.
We really did, man.
About 3 of them.
Yeah.
the whole alternate uniform discussion is really interesting because like Oregon had to start it. Oregon had to be the one to start this craze.
They had to
right?
differentiate themselves because they
Yeah.
were like, okay, we're not
Because-
very good
Phil-
at that
Phil
point. So what are we going to
They
do?
Yeah,
absolutely,
with the-
Bill Moose was involved in it when they
think
did
about,
it.
Think about even so going back to video games, like even on video games, Oregon was the team that had 9 or 10 uniform choices on a video game. Like they had the pink, they had the dark green, they had the chrome, they had the silver, they had the gray, they had the white, they had the dark green, they had the neon yellow. They had everything.
It differentiated him.
Just
like
and it was like there was no method to the madness of when they wore what jerseys necessarily.
but that's what they wanted.
But that's what they wanted.
For a recruiting standpoint for them,
Oh, swag.
they know they needed something to separate themselves because they didn't have the record or the history to do it.
No, they used to have a duck on their helmet.
Yeah, it was a
okay?
duck.
It was a duck.
It was a duck.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a bizarre duck
Yeah.
too.
My brother Mark used to be the equipment manager at Nebraska when he was in college. We talked about this a number of times about Oregon. I said, Mark, what type of headache would that be as an equipment manager? He goes, dude, a major headache.
Having
A
multiple
major-
uniforms.
Oh, yeah. Major headache. We had a hard enough time with 2 at Nebraska, he said, with red and white.
Yeah.
You imagine, Raph, how many combinations does Oregon have?
Well, they can make up to like 100 and some with all the different jerseys and
like, are we in Vogue magazine or are we playing football?
Well, again, though, it's
let's be honest.
You know what are we doing here?
They've done pretty well. I mean, to be fair.
I think right
it's
now,
also attractive to recruits. Like
right now, I think Rhodes, if they want to go all whites, I'm down with that. It seems like that's the popular choice by all the
at Nebraska,
by all the recruits that are coming in.
I
all,
love
they
the
all
idea
whites,
of all white,
and
all
they
white.
and Nebraska has worn all white. I remember, I think actually, Tommy's first start at Missouri, they were in all whites that day. So if they want to go all whites, I'm good with that.
Well, and also, Nebraska just a few years ago, or probably it was Amir Abdullah's freshman year. They played at Fresno State. That was all. They wore all whites. But I mean, what's interesting and like, I don't get all up in arms about uniforms. I also like when they release an alternate uniform. Like, I'm not like one of those who are like, I instantly need to tell my opinion. I instantly need to
I'm not that
tell
guy.
people I hate this or tell people I love this.
It's a uniform.
But I also know and understand. And Sip, like we talked about yesterday with the whole Dylan Raiola thing, and you were like, are we really hinging everything on Dylan Raiola? I think with all of this nowadays, that's what kids gravitate to. That's what the recruits are gravitating
What's
to.
that?
The swag and who you're going to be with on the visit, who you get to hang out with, things like that. I think all that, it plays a big part, and that's what a lot of athletes will gravitate to.
Here's what I'll say. I agree, but I'll push back a little bit. If you win, they don't care what they're wearing.
Well, no, but
Alabama hasn't switched theirs up.
Exactly. That's where I'm at on it.
Penn State, they didn't switch theirs up. Ohio State a little bit, but not much. And when you
don't
win,
switch them up.
I know, it's a nice accessory.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you become more concerned about what you're wearing instead of how you play, you have a problem.
Yeah. The whole number talk too. It's always a little weird to me.
But I mean, let's be honest, guys. Like even a place like Oregon, they haven't necessarily competed on a national college national championship stage in the last few years. What do we know them as? Having swag. That's how they did, like you said, differentiate yourselves.
Yeah.
And at times when you're not winning, you become desperate and you try to figure out any way possible to attract big players and keep your name out there. Nebraska, fortunately enough, they have enough of a brand recognition level to where they don't have to do that.
Absolutely.
They don't have to do that. They don't have to go find something special.
No, it'd be really weird if Nebraska starts whipping up.
No, I don't want them to. I don't
No.
want them to.
No.
But it's more of just like that's what Oregon has to do, and that's what
I don't know that Oregon has
maybe
to
not
do
Oregon, but
Well, no.
it's
I don't know if they
easy
have
it's
to
easy
do
with
it.
Phil Knight there, but
Right.
with Nike,
Right.
But like even Oregon State or like a place like not Stanford, but like a Cal or somewhere that they've been down in the dumps. And they need to figure out a way to attract players. Colorado is a perfect example. With Dion, they bring it, they rent the cars or whatever they have and they have dudes take pictures of the cars.
But they're not doing anything with uniforms.
Not doing anything with uniforms,
Right.
but I'm saying, and I think it all goes hand in hand with how
Sip,
you
I would
handle
say yet.
recruit visits.
Yeah.
I could see Colorado changing some things up there.
I think me and AD are, I don't know where Raph stands. I think we're on the same page. I don't like the conversation. I just like, use two uniforms. Just call it good.
Just go out. I don't care if you're out there in your practice uniform. Just
Right.
go win.
Well, there's part of it.
Well,
Just
back in the 80s, it was like the Nebraska
they're all
jerseys back in
jerseys.
the 80s were like practice uniforms.
They were.
They had they had the painted on numbers and
tearaway.
Those the 83 jerseys. I mean, painted number. And then you had like the N on the side. I love those out uniforms, and there was nothing extravagant about those jerseys.
No. Nick, how do you think I reacted when the alternate uniforms come out and the editor says, "Sip, do you whip up a column about these?" How do you think I
You make
reacted?
civil noise.
I'm like, "Are you kidding me? This is a uniform. I'm not writing a commentary."
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Next month,
No, I'm not.
Sipple's at In Vogue writing some.
Hey guys, Steve Sipple here at the New York Fashion Show.
Jump.
All right, we'll go ahead and we'll get it. That'll do it for us here.
You'll be back tomorrow.
I am back tomorrow.
You did a great job today.
Thank you.
Except that
Steve.
last part.
Yep, except for the last. Thank you. I look forward to our phone call later this evening.
Yeah, we'll talk and it'll be better.
I hope so.
I'll be less surly
I
and more
expect more
dialed
out of you.
in. I'll be more
They're
dialed
going to
in.
include you on the text thread.
No, the best part of the phone call was Sip goes, I'm not really This isn't really a very good phone call right now because I'm just saying, that's all he said. Yeah, this isn't really.
There was a lot going
really
on,
good
and
phone
there was a
call.
lot going on.
You called me.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't have to.
I was getting texts. I was trying to back out of my driveway.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I was multitasking.
How dare we? All right, that'll do it for the guys here at Early Break. For Bill Bush, Mike Schaefer, Steve Sipple, Nick Sainert coming back. The Drive with 80 and Raph coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm down during the golf course so it don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. There's hemp-derived Delta-9 syrups for your beverages or anything else. Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers vision and dental insurance, 401k with company